Well, hey, this is Scott Smith, motivational listener, and I just got back from Social Media Marketing World in San Diego, California. 5,000 of the smartest people in the world come together to talk about social media. They're all very smart, all very generous with their information. I really enjoy the time, and I really enjoy the networking there. One of the people that I sat with was Kevin Wallenbeck. He is a co-founder, president of Interact RV. I encourage you to go check out their website, interactrv.com. They work with recreational vehicle dealers. They set up the websites. They've got some great services, email, all this stuff that they put together. Great package for the dealerships. And as we were talking about social media, we're just looking at some different things. And, I talk about, I used to say there were 4 things that you could post, regardless of the platform. So whether you're on Instagram or Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, whatever your favorite platform is, there's only a few things that you can share, but the research shows that you should share some of everything and not too much of one thing. So what'll happen is images will get high marks, and so everyone's posting images, and video is doing really well, so everyone's doing video at the neglect of the other items that you can post. Now, a while back, Kim Garst actually did some research. They looked at some different posts, some different accounts, and they found out that if images are doing good, but all you do is images, an engagement will drop off over time. So you really do want to mix it up. So what is it that you can post, regardless of the platform? So again, you can post texts, you can push images out, you can provide links, video, including live streaming video, and recently, I've added audio into that mix. Podcasting is great. A lot of people out there doing things, but you can't post audio files just into things like Facebook. But you can drop it into a program with some images, maybe a static image, maybe a little motion, but combine that audio into a program that'll create an MP4 that you can upload. And that's a way to get the audio into your stream. So we can post 5 things: texts, images, links, video, and audio. But what do you want to do with those posts? So really there are 3 things that you can do with your social media posts. You can inform, you can entertain, and you can inspire. So let's talk about those. Inform. This is what businesses are generally really good at. And those are things like, hey, we got a new product in, we've got new pricing, we're going to be open or closed on these holidays. This is just information. These are things that are generally pushing the company or the products, but it is just information. Now, the second thing that you can put out there is what I call entertain. So inform, entertain, inspire. So the second one is entertain. Now, really, in this case, we're not talking about cat videos, although tongue-in-cheek, you might throw that out there a little bit. But what we're talking about is things that are relevant to your audience. And those could be links to stories. So since we're talking about the RV dealerships, you might talk about great places to go with your family, or if you're interested in spring flowers or fall colors, you can talk about where you might take your family camping with a recreational vehicle. So this is not necessarily pushing your product, but it's really supporting the community. And so these are things that are relevant to your audience. So inform, entertain, and then the final thing would be to inspire. And this is not the pat on the back and, hey, Scott, we believe in you. Go out there and do it. Come on, guy. This is more around letting people in behind the scenes. One of the things I like is watching movies, and we, as a family, love to watch the making of. We like to see, how the movie is filmed, where they film it, the techniques, and so forth. And so when J.J. Abrams is filming Star Trek, and they do the behind the scenes, and there's the scenes with all the motion and shaking, and they show J.J. Abrams literally holding and shaking the camera because only he really understands how he wants it done. So he's physically shaking it. So when you see that scene, you know what's happening behind the camera, and you feel a little bit more connected to the movie. And the same thing in business, when we show people behind the scenes things, we're letting people in behind the curtain. And so as a culture, we don't like to get behind the counter or in places that we think that we don't really belong. So if you walk into a retail store and there's a wall with product on it, but in front of it there's like a little counter or something, and it may be just a display thing, but we have a little hesitancy to actually walk behind the counter to get the stuff to buy there. This is when you invite people in. So we don't go back through the curtains into the back room, into the warehouse area, but when you let your customers back in there, they feel more connected. And so you show maybe some celebrations of team meetings that you're having. You might show when the truck comes in and you're unloading the product. You might show some of the design team working on products or projects. These are things that let people in behind the curtain, and they just feel more connected to you. So again, just quickly, we can share texts, images, links, video, audio with that little trick, right? Take your audio file, put it into a program, turn it into a little movie, a little MP4, and upload that. And that's a way to get your audio out there. And then the goals that you have is one of three: inform, entertain, and inspire. And again, don't use just one type of content, and don't use just one kind of intent. So mix them up and have a great time. But anyway, this is Scott Smith. I just want to say, have a fabulous day. Cheers.